Today's video is going to be how to reverse sear ribeye steaks. Obviously, the first thing you got to do is go down and get yourself some steaks. For me, that meant going down to the butcher shop and getting some nice thick ribeye steaks. You can't really do this technique with thin steaks. It doesn't work out the same way. So it's important that you get thick cut steaks when you're trying to reverse sear your ribeyes. Once you got your steaks picked out, you got to figure out how you want to season them next. For this cook, I went with Killer Hog's AP rub, which is a real nice salt, pepper, garlic type rub. And then I went with Cosmo Q's cow cover, which is great on any beef. I've had it on chicken before. It's just a really good rub. I did 2 of my steaks with just the AP rub, and then the final steak was a light coating of the AP rub and then a good coating of the Cosmo Q's cow cover. They should turn out really good. I usually like to get my steaks seasoned and out on the counter about 30 minutes before I throw them on my cooker. This allows the steaks to come up to room temperature, which will help for a more even cook. And it also allows the salt to get inside the meat a little bit, help flavor it, help tenderize it. So about 30 minutes before the cook is usually a good time if I'm pulling them out of the refrigerator. So once I got the meat out and seasoned, I like to get my fire started. For this cook, I went with a 2 kettle setup. But you kind of got to go with whatever you got at home. For me, I got 2 kettles. One of them I was set up for my slow cook, using the slow and sear. I got a few coals started and brought the grill up to a temperature of about 250 degrees. The other cooker is going to be used for the high sear at the end. If you just have the one cooker, I'd start it off nice, low, and slow. And then once your steaks come up to temp, then you can take the steaks off and then add more charcoal, get the heat up a little bit, and finish your steaks off on the high sear that way. But either way, you want to have kind of 2 cooking stations or two cooking setups, one of them being low and slow, the other one being hot and fast. All right, so this is phase 1 of our cook. We have our grill up to about 250 degrees, and we're cooking these steaks to an internal temp of about 125. When the steaks hit about 100 degrees, that's when I like to start my hot fire. So I got 2 chimneys going of really, really hot coals. I'll dump them into the kettle, and then I will throw on my grill grates and try to bring them up to temp. As you can see from the picture, we got these grill grates up to 700 degrees. So they're really, really hot, and they're going to be great for when we try to sear the steaks. Once the steaks have hit an internal temperature of 125 degrees on the slow cooker side, I then like to take them off, let them rest for about 5 minutes, and then bring them over to my hot grill for phase 2 of the reverse sear, which is the high heat sear. The steaks will sear for 1 minute per side, and I will rotate the steaks about a quarter turn every 30 seconds. This will allow me to get those great grill marks you can see on championship steaks. Once you've seared your steak, let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then it's time for the big payoff. A perfect medium rare from edge to edge, ready for everybody to enjoy. If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to click like and subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment as to what you'd like us to cook next.